back, everybody, to round two tonight, the second game of a doubleheader here at UCCS. I'm George Holden along with Jeff King. As you saw earlier, if you're just joining us, the UCCS Lady Lions get their first win of the season tonight against Chadron State. Congratulations to them. Now we're on to round two, the men's version tonight. The UCCS Mountain Lions, the men's team with a record of 3-5, take on a team with a matching record, Chadron State, Jeff, with a record of 3-5 as well. Chadron State 1-1 in conference play, but the big key here is 0-2 for UCCS, looking to get their first conference win tonight.
Similar situation as last game. There's a few keys they need to pay attention to. That would be free throw shooting. It would also be aggressive defense. UCCS is very good at rebounding,
right, and
also keeping people off and outside on perimeter shooting, so their internal defense is done very well.
Yep. One point I wanted to hit that you had talked about earlier was a common opponent that both these teams have. Go over that a little bit.
Nebraska-Kearney, they played UCCS, falling victim by 13. Chadron State kept it close by 3.
So both those teams have that in common. It gauges you a little bit, but sometimes when you take the court on any given night, as we know, anybody can beat anybody. Right now, both these teams in the RMAC and the men's division, kind of in the middle of the pack right now. And there's still a lot of basketball for this season left to be played. But all these teams, obviously, Jeff, want to get wins before the holiday break so they can have a chance to relax, regroup, and get set for the grind coming up in January.
And again, it's early, so
it is
plenty
early,
of time.
But it's always a good time to win.
Absolutely.
Tonight, both these teams, I said, mirror images, 3-5 on the season, 1-1 in conference play for Chadron State, and 0-2 for UCCS. The Mountain Lions looking for their first win in conference play.
And as we've said before, stay focused and finish.
Yep, focus and finish. Both these teams, very athletic. Keep your eye on number 22, Jonathan Barnes at center for UCCS, 6'7", out of Windsor High School. And he wins the opening tip. And we're off and running here at Gallagly Event Center, a.k.a. the Lions Den. UCCS, good ball movement. And the first whistle. Early in this game, got a foul right out of the gate.
We're going to see a lot of Elijah Ross taking it at the point, trying to push the issue.
Inbound. UCCS on the left elbow. Looking inside, kicks it out to Jeff Kelly. Back inside, jumper, up, off the rim, tries to follow his shot. Gets it back in, and Barnes gets the rebound. And it goes back to Ross. Ross trying to set it up. Outside to Justin Smith, the Lewis Palmer product. Turns, spins, tries to get back inside.
There you go.
He'll draw the foul.
Good effort.
Justin Smith, the senior, 6'5", 205. Played for the Lewis Palmer Running Rangers. I've done many of their games at the high school level, and he was a great local product. I believe he won a state championship his senior year. Is that correct?
That is correct. Over Sierra.
Sierra, yep. My old stomping grounds. And so from the line, Smith gets the first one. And UCCS draws blood first. Glad you could join us for RMAC basketball, NCAA Division II here in Colorado Springs. Second one, he's got a nice touch at the line.
Sure does.
And here comes Chadron State. That's Jason Jackson.
Ruffin.
Back to Jeremy Ruffin. Back up top to Leigh Staffen. Excuse me. Cuts underneath.
Oh, nice pass.
And loses control. But Adum Mabang.
Jackson's their point guard. He's something else.
Back down the floor. Ross tries to feed inside to Barnes, the big guy, the horse. Back outside Ross. Stop, pop, let it drop. Outside. Ross hits the bullseye. And it's 5-2 UCCS. And a rapidly moving first quarter. Barnes with the swat and the board. Here comes Ross. Ross all the way across to Malone.
From the corner.
Long range, in and out. Rebound by Jeremy Ruffin, the junior out of Chicago, Illinois. Jason Jackson, the Eagle Crest product.
Great awareness out there.
Yep. Sailoon. Stop. Outside. Easy. Drains it. And it's a 1-point game. Ross brings the ball down the court. Looking for help, back to Smith, top of the key. Smith dishes off to Jeff Kelly. Inside, Smith works and tries to put it up one-handed, and it rolls off the rim. Rebound, Chadron State. You can tell both these teams have big men, and they can both run the floor pretty well.
Sure do.
Patience this time by Chadron State. They're going to work for the good shot here. Jason Jackson back out.
Great kickback
to Jeremy Ruffin. Ruffin off the rim, and Ross gets the board.
Good hustle out there.
And Barnes coming up the floor. Ross out to Kelly. Back to Smith, back to Ross. Cutting underneath Barnes. Barnes is calling for the ball. He gets it. What's he going to do with it? Squares up. Nope. Uses
Cutter.
the left shoulder to ease his way in. Tries to hit Smith on the trailer as he comes through, and it's broken up
Bad
nicely
idea.
by Chadron. Jason Jackson to Ruffin. Ruffin feeds inside to Mabang. Mabang gets it. Nice touch, little roller there. And Chadron takes the lead. Ross kicks it out to the left elbow to Malone. Barnes. Smith working his way in with his back, kicks it out to Barnes. Barnes from three, off the rim.
Oh, there you
Rebound,
go.
Malone.
Little gift.
Yep, nope, doesn't like what he sees. Back at the top, Ross will set up shop again. Getting ready to check in for UCCS, Ed Bjork. Ross inside to Malone. Malone to Smith. Smith feeds into the big guy. Barnes squares off. Drives. Tries to look underneath. Forces it. Gets knocked away a little bit. Rebound by Kelly, but here comes Chadron. Jason Jackson. Set up Chadron. Long range rim. Rebound. Jackson. Another three from the outside off the rim, and Smith gets the board this time. Ross with the push up the floor. Knifes his way through and looks for the shot. It's going to be a charge. Great look. He tried to knife his way in. He does get the charge.
He's got wonderful awareness.
Timeout early. I'll tell you what, you were right. Ponderosa High School product, Jonathan Barnes, 6'10", 240. Big force inside. Not afraid to square up, hit the three either.
Not at all.
Both these teams, Jeff, look like they're not afraid to run the floor and find a way to steal momentum early.
It's true, and what I'm seeing is a little bit of patience.
Painfully patient. That's what you got to be sometimes to work for those good shots. So
Patience is paying off so far.
And the men's go by halves.
Yeah.
Ladies go by quarters.
Correct.
So this is the first half, or they show period one, 15-50. Glad to be here doing Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference basketball in Colorado Springs. Gallugly, is that right? Gallugly Events Center.
Gallugly,
thank you. Gallugly. The Lions Den. Great place to come watch basketball. My first time doing a basketball game in this arena. It's a beautiful arena. George Holden along with Jeff King. Rapid start to this game in the first quarter. Both teams pushing it down the floor. And it's a one-point competitive contest at this point. Ratliff inbounds to Jackson. Ruffin to Jackson. Jackson. And it's a errant pass at UCCS. Those are the kind of things you want to take advantage of and seize the moment if you're UCCS.
definitely.
And inbounding the ball is number 20, Dalton Walker for UCCS. Feeds inside to Ed Bjork. Bjork looking for some help, gets the ball stolen, and that's Jackson. And here comes Chadron State. Jackson pushing down the floor, behind the back.
Nice
dish inside.
Wow.
Great play. It dishes it off to Michael Johnson, 6'6", 240, sophomore forward for Chadron State.
Johnson's got an excellent inside game.
Wow, set that up perfectly. UCCS back down the floor. Also in the game now, number 10, Patiet Wang. And the shot by UCCS, the
There it is.
follow,
Oh.
and he gets another opportunity, but Jackson, there's a 2-on-2 here. Jackson's going to try to go to the hole, and the shot is up. It'll be off. Good
board.
rebound by Chadron State.
Michael
Johnson.
Yeah, he's a force inside, been consistent all season.
He's got some hops, and he's aggressive. He was looking for second, third, fourth opportunities to get that board.
Yep.
And he'll go to the line. Nassau, Bahamas, Michael Johnson. And I'll tell you, this is a up-tempo first half or first period.
Oh, very much so.
Checking it back in will be Malone, number 23, and he had a couple of good looks under the hoop earlier. First shot is good by Johnson. And now number 1, Isaiah Wilson from Columbia, Missouri checks in. 5'11", 155-pound freshman guard for the Mountain Lions. Boy, Johnson, I'm telling you, underneath, you watch him, that's what a coach loves to see, a guy bang boards like that. Got it. Good touch at the line. It's a 5-point game. Here comes UCCS. Wilson with the ball. Goes out to the right elbow. Back up top. Long-range shot. In and out, and what a follow.
And back in.
By Wang.
Wow. Way to
Nice
stay with
follow,
that.
pulling the trailer there by number 1 for UCCS. And kicks it up to Sayaloon. Back out to Jackson. Good ball handling. Cuts inside. Oh, as he's
nice
stuffed by Wang, but it gets the board. Rebound by Johnson. He's fighting to get it up. In there, and he does. But looks like an offensive foul. Yep, and it's on Johnson. Checking in now for Chadron State, number 30, Matt Reeder, 6'6" forward, a senior from Appleton, Wisconsin. And Wilson with the ball, getting a good push up the floor, sets it up to the right, to the left elbow. Left-handed pass, looking for Wang. Wang with the elbow underneath. And he drove strong to the basket.
Sure did.
But he draws the charge.
Yep.
14 minutes exactly.
Coach Culver a little upset about that.
Yep. He's pleading.
Yep.
With the officials. He's doing his job. A coach has to stick up for his guys.
Well, he's got a point. The defender was moving too. He wasn't completely stationary.
Right. That's a tough call underneath sometimes. Jackson with the pass outside to Sayaloon. Back up top to Reeder. To Jackson. Jackson's going to try to, nope. He wants the shot.
Oh.
And rebound by Reeder to Jackson. Back up inside. Traveling on Jackson.
You missed her everywhere right now.
Yep. UCCS with an opportunity here. Down by 3 to cut the deficit. Wilson with the ball through the legs. Up top looking for the oop. And he was close. Looking. And the second effort is there. Great rebound by Dalton Walker and finishes it off. The 6'7" junior out of Windsor. Sayaloon out to Reeder. Reeder to Mills. Back up top to the big guy. Cuxhausen. Oh, nice pass by Cuxhausen. And the shot, the runner, rebound, Malone. And here come the Mountain Lions. And he stops, pauses, kicks outside, in and out. He got robbed on that one.
Sure did.
Here comes Vonson Sayaloon.
Oh.
Wow. Big shot there by Chadron State. And it's a 13-9 advantage. Inside the spin move, and what a shot!
Nice
and
touch.
a great move by the big guy, number 25, Ed Bjork, 6'7", 215-pound sophomore out of Wesley College in Melbourne, Australia. A lot of exotic places here.
Oh, nice
Block.
wang.
Wilson. Smothering defense there. Knocks it away.
Cuxhouse, and you don't want him to start heating up.
Yep. And he showed some pretty good passing ability underneath in the lane. Tell you what. Inbounded by Chadron State under their basket. Cuxhausen spins, and he's stuffed by Ross.
Good D.
Russ is all over him. Back out to Sayaloon. Inside to the big guy, Johnson with the shot. Misses it, rebound. A good opportunity. Wang with the ball. Across, stuffed by Reeder. Gets it back. Cuts inside. Looks for the dunk.
Great pass.
Misses it. Dalton Walker. Nice looking play there, but you got to finish. 2-point game. 11:37 remaining here in this first period. Long range shot. Cuxhausen off the rim. Rebounded. And it'll go UCCS way. Wow. Timeout on the floor. And wow, we've seen some pretty good athleticism by both of these teams so far in this game early on, Jeff. 11:29. The clock stops. Thanks for joining us for college basketball here. RMAC basketball, NCAA Division II in Colorado Springs at UCCS, just at the foothills of Pikes Peak. Both teams are, tell you what, both teams are looking to get something done here. During the timeout.
I'm just
So
getting.
as we get set here for action to resume
Hey, hold on.
here at
Sorry.
Gallagher Hall.
Hold on. I think I got it now. Sorry for that, a little technical difficulty.
Yep. Lost the headset there a little bit. Apologies for that. Weren't getting any feed on sound there, but we are back. The important thing is Jeff King is back with me here at UCCS. Back to action. Elijah Ross out to the big guy, Dalton Walker.
Nice shot.
And buries the three-point shot. And it's a 1-point lead for the Mountain Lions. Back in front, Sayaloon. And this is pressure defense.
Pick that ball up.
Ross. And he's on Jammerman, the freshman.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. It'll go back the other way. Foul on the big guy, Adum Babang, number 34. Jeff Culver talking to his team on the floor. Under 11 minutes to play. This is a pretty evenly fought game thus far. And that's Wilson. Oh, he loses control, but Walker gets it, fights his way through traffic, back to Ross. Ross keeps his feet, loses control,
Stays after it.
and Walker gets it. Might have to
reset,
slow
let's
things
go.
down a little bit.
5.
Ross with a spin move and has
Yeah.
the ball travel on Ross, and Jackson was right there. Checking in now for UCCS, Ryan Van Pelt, number 24, a 6'10", 220-pound senior from Highland, Utah. Jackson inbounds to Jammerman. Jackson takes control out on the right wing. Oh, loses control. It's UCCS playing pretty good defense, Jeff.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're stifling on this side. Jumper from outside, in and out. And Chadron State will keep possession. But I'll tell you what, we talked about this before. Number 34 for Chadron State. He is really tough on those boards.
The
Boxes out, he's effective, he's got that big body, a great base.
Definitely.
He's hard to deal with. Not to mention, the big guy, Barnes, he's out right now. Shot, good, Chadron State.
Nice shot.
This is kind of a seesaw, taking advantage of the lead back and forth in this game as Malone gets ready to check back in for the Mountain Lions. Ross to Walker, off the rim, and there's a foul on the other end. It looks like, and that's on 34, second foul. And number 1, Isaiah Wilson, checks out for UCCS, and so does number 20, Dalton Walker. He's had a pretty good run since he's been in. Some key minutes for him. Both these teams, as we said, coming into this game, 3-5 on the season. Matching records, 1-1 for conference on Chadron State, 0-2 for UCCS. They're looking for their first conference win. Rebound by Chadron State. Jackson, back up top. And the big kid, 0-0, Drew Cuxhausen. They drive it inside, the fadeaway, off, nope, and Ross will get it. Rebound, UCCS. Ross is looking for a play here.
Ooh, he took one to the head.
Yep. Still keeps control, maintains.
Good focus. Here
Smith,
comes transition.
Turnover, UCCS. Jeremy Ruffin. Long range shot, Cuxhausen off the rim. And the rebound goes to Chadron State. Michael Johnson getting ready to check back in. Barnes is going to go back in for UCCS. They need that big body in the paint. Cuxhausen inside to Johnson. Johnson with the shot. Lays it in. And he'll go to the line. Coach Jeff Culver trying to get the attention of the referee. Says, I want to talk to you. I'll tell you. As he gets ready to go to the line. Johnson at the line. Buries it, no problem. Elijah Ross brings it down. Back up top.
It's a nice
Ross,
pass.
long range shot,
Yeah.
got it! Bullseye for Elijah Ross.
Looked good there.
Great shot. And puts UCCS within 1. Sean Jackson off to Cuxhausen. Good defense by Malone. The foul, and it's going to go back the other way.
Yeah.
So here we go. Dalton Walker back in the game. Shot and missed underneath. That was Jeff Kelly. That one's a gimme.
Oh, yeah.
That one's definitely a gimme. They're going to take a timeout on the floor. 7:53 left. We'll take a quick timeout as well. 18-17, a one-point game. Chadron State leads the men's team, UCCS. I'm George Holden. He's Jeff King. We'll be right back. His headphones are screwed up.
I got like major delay and all sorts of stuff. I'm hearing a lot. And it's a real delay when I speak, so
the good and the bad. UCCS. Find your Intermountain Line.
at UCCS. Glad you could join us. Back to action here. The men's Mountain Lion team down by 1 to the Chadron State Eagles. Chadron State, both teams have been pretty evenly matched thus far. Getting ready to check in, Ian McDonald, number 21, the junior forward for UCCS. Deshaun Jackson with the ball. Dishes off to Jammerman. Jammerman makes a move behind his back, looking for help. Back up top to Cuxhausen.
Here we go.
Cuxhausen, long range three off the rim.
Oh.
And that's going to be UCCS ball. Oh, they're going to talk about it. It's a jump ball. But
jump ball.
If you're weighing there, you know, you might want to let that one go. You get your back into the other player, just let it go out of bounds.
Absolutely, let that go.
Yep,
Definitely.
let it go. You got to know when to go for it and when to let it go.
Correct.
But UCCS, they will not retain. It will be Chadron State. Deshaun Jackson, number 2, will inbound. Hits Cuxhausen. Cuxhausen's denied, tried to drive inside of Malone. Gets the over up. Jackson wanted the 3, but Ross is right there. Jackson off the rim and rebounded by Wang. And he's gonna set up shop. Wise idea. Ross underneath the big guy Barnes. Barnes looking for the angle on Johnson and the follow.
Uh-oh.
And he'll draw the foul. That's Ian McDonald. He's out of Dakota Ridge High School in Littleton, Colorado. So this has been a chess match of sorts thus far. Both teams feeling each other out. The game stayed close.
Most definitely.
And McDonald's first free throw off the back of the rim. You know, we talked about this in the women's game earlier, the importance of making free throws. That was a big difference for the Lady Lions.
Tremendous.
Especially in a game as close as this.
Absolutely, yep. Got to have those.
Second one, it's there. McDonald hits. We're tied. Deshaun Jackson down the floor. Inside to Jordan Mills. Gets rid of it. Back to Jackson. And Sailoon looking for help. Dishes off. Drives inside. Chadron State, almost a steal by McDonald. Jackson retains it. Jumper. And
Good
Barnes
board. Good board.
Sails in there with the big rebound.
Excellent board.
Malone with the ball. Makes a move. Nope. Dishes off. Wang wide open for the three-point shot. Got it!
Wow.
Buries it from downtown.
That was beautiful.
6:09 and running. UCCS with a 21-18 lead. You got to find what one of these teams has to find at some point. Starts to get that 7, 9, 11 point lead, start breaking away. But right now, they're pretty evenly matched. Deshaun Jackson with the ball. Ross is covering. Now, the steal by Ross! Great hands, picks his pocket,
nice
and
job.
finishes strong down the other end of the floor. You got to play defense, and sometimes when you
Great
play
hands.
defense, it sets up your offense. And that's what he did. And that's number 4 with the ball.
Move. There we go.
Yep. Wow, checking in now. Number 25 back in, Ed Bjork. And number 1, Isaiah Wilson.
Yep.
Check back in for UCCS. And the big guy comes out, Jonathan Barnes. Ponderosa High School. Boy, they've had some teams up there too. Elijah Ross. Out to Wilson. Wilson. Back to Ross. Ross is going to put it up. And again!
Wow.
Ross with the hot hand
big.
for the Mountain Lions. And he's got a big smile on his face. He's feeling it. But Jeff, you look at these teams, when somebody gets the hot hand, sometimes you got to get on board and just let it roll.
And Ross is used to that, a hot hand.
Yep. And the shot off the rim by Jackson. Johnson. Rebound, UCCS. And here come the Mountain Lions. Wang with the ball. And tries to feed it inside, and the foul, the reach foul on Chadron State. And number 21, McDonald, he'll go to the line, the junior.
That's it.
He'll go to the line. We apologize, a little bit of technical difficulty on my partner's headset. We'll get that corrected shortly. Ian McDonald shoots off the back of the rim. And Chadron State back on the floor. Jumper from outside. He buries it.
Wow.
Eric Jammerman, the freshman, 6'2" guard out of Douglas, Wyoming. And he keeps his team within 5 points. Ross with the ball again. He's hit a couple monster threes in this game. Wang from outside, off the rim. Rebound. Back to Ross, top of the key. They'll set it up again, run the play. To McDonald on the right elbow. Ross cuts underneath. Back to Wang. The left elbow. He tries to drive inside. And that's the second time he's been called for that. Using that shove. The second for that push off. You got to be careful with that. Number 2, Titus Reed checks in for UCCS. Another Colorado product out of Chatfield High School, Littleton, Colorado. 6'5", 185 freshman. Back down the floor, Deshaun Jackson. Kicks it out to Reeder. Reeder to Jammerman. Jammerman's just waiting. And Jackson trying to find a way to sneak in there. Long range shot, in and out. Rebound by McDonald, stolen. And the bucket's good, and that's Reeder. So Reeder picked his pocket. It's a 3-point game. Ross to Wilson. Yep, back to Ross. McDonald. Ross drives inside, and he's got it.
Drive.
He is quick off the dribble and finishes strong underneath. Not a big guy, but he plays big. And it's a 28-23 game, 5-point game for UCCS. Both these teams, as we said, 3 and 5 on the season. Deshaun Jackson inside, off the glass, and there's a foul. And Malone, number 23, he'll check back in and offer his services for UCCS. And there'll be a timeout. 2:57 left in the period. Both teams have seen a little bit of a seesaw swing. They take advantage for a minute or so, and then it sways back and goes the other way. So nobody's been able to take full advantage of a lead change so far in this game. That could be the story down the stretch. We get set here. As you see on the screen there, both coaches adamantly getting after both their ball clubs. You've got to find a way to seize command of this game. Both of these teams are just right there getting ready to take full advantage of a lead and run away with this game. But both defenses are getting stingy and to make plays at the right time, Jeff. And that's what matters. Once you start getting that 7, 9, 11, 13-point lead, you can start pulling away in the game. But neither one has seized the moment thus far.
Not yet.
They're both talking to their players. They've been rotating. UCCS has done a good job so far of rotating players. Guys coming off the bench, making plays and maximizing their minutes in this game. And it'll be Wilson, number 1 at point when they come back. But at the line will be number 2, Jason Jackson for Chadron State. He's had a pretty good game so far. Ball hits the rim and rolls off the back. The importance of the little things in basketball. Free throw shooting, steals, not turning the ball over, little things. Second one, he hits. That time he was 50% from the line. Malone gets the ball for UCCS. Charges down the left elbow, back up top. It's gonna go to Smith. Back outside. And hits the shot, but guess what? Looks like he traveled the other end of the floor. And that is one of those little things, again, you don't want to shoot yourself in the foot. You want to stay in the game and take command. 4-point game. I think the biggest we've seen so far is about a 6 or 7 point lead. And then it changes. Here comes Chadron State. Sayaloon. Back to Jason Jackson. Inside to Johnson. And he is physical underneath. And there's the rebound. Justin Smith gets it out to Malone. Back to Smith. Back to Wilson. And Reed. Inside, he's got good movement, and it rolls off the rim.
Oh.
Second, third, fourth effort, and Smith gets it back. So that's what you got to be willing to do in the rebound game. You got to fight 3, 4, 5, 6 opportunities, and Justin Smith is very active under the basket. Another timeout, 2:06 remaining in this game, Jeff.
Yeah.
And you know, when you think about what both of these teams have done so far, both coming in with 3 and 5, that doesn't mean you're not a really strong or really weak team. You're kind of middle of the pack, kind of trailing, trying to find out where you are, engage yourself in the RMAC to see where you fall. And so both of these teams, especially UCCS, would like to get, if they come out with a win, let's say UCCS, the men's team, if they come out with a win tonight, they go 4 and 5. They win tomorrow against Reaches looking forward. They can come out of this weekend going 500 on the season.
500 in the conference, that's right.
You know, and that's a big deal.
That's
a mental, emotional boost
Absolutely.
for this team, any team for that matter.
Well, we've only got a 4-point ball game right now, so.
Yep, it's close.
It's tight.
Either way. And Walker will inbound for UCCS to Ross. Ross has got to catch air to get it. Brings it back up.
Like his speed.
He does. He's a very athletic kid.
Yep.
Malone back
good
to
handles,
Ross.
good awareness of the court.
All the way.
Look at that.
To Walker.
Wow.
He's got it. Booyah.
And a nice
Walker
shot there,
buries
too.
it from the baseline to the far side. And big shots like that can change the momentum quickly.
And that was pretty, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was nice. The big guy with the soft touch. Jason Jackson, a little bit of footwork there. Tries to knife his way in. And he's getting pounced on. And that's good defense, smothering. UCCS will go the other way.
Yeah, they're kind of keen on Johnson here a lot. And you know what I'm seeing
They
a
are.
lot too with Jackson, between those two, that's what the offense is, but the UCCSD has shut those guys down, frustrated them anyway, to the point where we're getting some misses on some close shots. Johnson over there has definitely got the physicality going.
Oh, yeah.
But when he turns around and you got 2 UCCS mountain lions in his face, awful hard to convert.
It's tough.
Yeah.
Just folks want to welcome Jeff King back. I want to give a big shout out to our tech folks. Did a fantastic job getting Jeff back with me, my broadcast partner for tonight's games. And Malone to Walker. Walker had that big 3 moments ago, and he's in trouble in the corner.
Cleared out.
It just hucks it
There you go.
to Malone, and he saves it. Malone
Nice
underneath
pass.
to Walker.
Wow, Walker.
Great look from Malone to Walker, and the strong finish.
That was fantastic.
UCCS starting to take control of this game, and a good tip by Reeder.
Okay,
for
coming
Chadron
back on the
State.
transition.
Under 50 seconds to play. And Jeff Culver and his staff are telling UCCS, go, go, go on the floor, and we got a foul.
All right. Okay.
That means Wilson's going to the line.
Yep.
And checking in is going to be McDonald.
I
21.
know we got a lot of time left, but because the second half still to go, but every one of these is important. Got to convert.
Yep.
It's going to be a tight game.
Yep. First one rattles in and out, and
Maybe-
Barnes,
Maybe I
number
won't say
22.
that anymore.
Will check back in. Walker will come out. Walker's had a solid first half.
Solid.
And, you know, the battle, it could come down to the end, Jeff. I see as this game goes back and forth. Barnes, the big guy Barnes, and the other big guy Johnson. That could become a real battle in the paint.
Sure can. And it will. I'm sure you're right on that. Every game prior to this one, that Chadron State Johnson has been in every game. He's a beast. He cleans that backboard well. He's always in and down low, high percentage shots, and he's usually converting. UCCS defense, though, looking real good tonight.
Yep.
I mean, you know, I know they don't have a giant lead right now, but they're frustrating Chadron, and that's what we need to do here if you're UCCS.
I agree with you, and with the men's mountain lion team seems to be doing right now, Jeff, they're taking Chadron State out of their game, much like the Lady Lions did in the first game against Chadron State. They were forcing them to play their game, and it paid off. And let's see if it's going to pay out dividends for the men's team. Both teams could win tonight and really feel good about going into tomorrow night.
And we do have such a great team effort, too. It's not all about Ross tonight, or it's not all about Justin Smith.
And it's getting guys off the bench, taking advantage of their minutes and making it count. That's what they've done.
Support group is huge tonight.
It is. Jason Jackson. And almost stolen by UCCS. They're struggling on the floor for it. That's all about heart and fire when you play basketball and defense, when you go to the ground.
No doubt.
To go for a ball, that's basically saying, that's mine.
Getting scrappy. Got to do it.
Yep. The old saying I remember when we used to coach, and I used it when I coached, was ETNA. E-T-N-A, effort takes no ability. You know?
Well said.
And playing defense, you got to make it personal. Barnes checks back out. I think Ross has played most of the minutes in this first half.
Elijah
he might have come out maybe once.
No, he's been in.
So here we go. Under 30 seconds to play. UCCS with the lead, Malone with the ball. He's going to milk it a little bit and work for the shot. Shot clock at 14 seconds. Out to Ross on the right elbow. Ross looking for a little bit of help underneath. And here comes Malone, back top of the key. And they're going to work this perfectly. Malone. And
Walker.
Off the back of the rim.
Good hustle in there.
But guess what?
Good fight.
Yep.
Good fight. We
are one down and one to go. And the UCCS men's mountain lion basketball team, they lead 34-26, Jeff. And it kind of looks like a little bit of the script from, as I said, the women's game coming to the men's game, the same kind of script.
Real similar. And equal on virtually all fronts. Fouls, turnovers have been nominal.
Yep.
Conversions are happening, but like I said, not to the degree I thought Chadron State would do or take care of as they have in the past. That's a testimony to UCCS's defense.
Absolutely. They're playing stifling defense. They're playing team defense. Again, it's not one or two guys that are really doing an eye-popping job tonight.
Exactly.
Everybody's doing their job, filling their role, and making things happen. UCCS is doing a phenomenal job of rotating guys in and out, making things happen. I would like to say on the defensive side, like to see with Barnes. When Barnes is in there, when they're in the paint, this is a different team.
Yeah, I'll kind of go back on Barnes for a second. Outside the conference, fantastic.
Yep.
Now that we've got conference play going on, a little bit of a tail off last couple games.
Right.
But I do like his energy out there.
Right.
I do like the way he's taken control to a degree. I think he can provide a little bit more, and I'm hoping so because this kid is sharp.
He is. I mean, you look at Barnes, big kid.
He's talented.
Big body. And you got Dalton Walker. He's a great job. Smith, Ross, they've come up big in this first half. They've got one half out of the way, but you got to play two halves, and you got to finish it off. And like we said, if UCCS, the men's team, can come out with a win here, they go 4-5. They look forward to Regis tomorrow night. By the end time this weekend's over, they're at 5-5, and they're right back on track.
So true. UCCS has flipped the script in a way.
Yep.
What's happened oftentimes is in the past, the games have been somewhat of a near or close contest in the first half. UCCS actually has gotten a lead here. If they can carry that over, as you mentioned, similar to the women's mountain lion game, and put in a strong second half, as they usually do, then they're going to be all right.
Yep, I think they're going to be okay. Once they start getting that 12, 14, 16-point lead, they can start running away with this game.
Yeah. Agreed. The one thing I was going to say, too, is I've noticed that the limited play on Chadron, key players, but there's no other team effort like UCCS has had.
Absolutely.
UCCS is definitely
We're at halftime here. UCCS leads Chadron State. I'm George Holden with Jeff King, and we'll be back in just a minute with second half action. Glad you could join us here at UCCS in Colorado Springs.
The majestic mountain lion, one of nature's most powerful predators. Primarily indigenous to the Americas, this big cat is known to make its home just about anywhere. Although most consider them to be solitary in nature, these big cats actually show advanced social intelligence. This cat is known to be territorial, and as such will fiercely defend its territory from other big cats, employing a blend of power and stealth, except during courtship. UCCS, find your inner mountain lion.
I think one of the things that I was really surprised by at UCCS was that even though there are 11,000 students here, it feels like a small campus. So get to know the faculty really well.
You always get that one-on-one connection to your professor, you get to know your classmates, and it's just a really good learning environment.
The campus is amazing. Just getting to walk from building to building and see the view is really spectacular.
There's tons of support for students on campus. It comes from Excel centers and tutoring labs that they have.
There's always a lot of stuff to do on campus for active students like myself. I'm in a sorority on campus and I love all the friends I've made there.
What I like most about UCCS is that we have a real desire to grow and stretch ourselves and our push to become something greater.
It started with an idea. A new home for the arts in Colorado Springs. An intersection of art and community.
When I was a kid, I was incredibly shy, and theater was a way to sort of express the things that I couldn't find the words for.
I think one of the great things about being a musician for me is that you get to share this thing that you love with other people.
I have to take a piece of me. I have to find what I have in common with that character and pull it out of myself. And seeing those things over and over again has really changed me from this hot-headed, angry teenager to somebody very humbled and who just loves the happiness that theater can bring us.
UCCS has been dreaming of an arts center for 50 years. In this great anniversary year, we are finally breaking ground. This building will be home to the music, theater and dance programs, the Department of Visual and Performing Arts, Theater Works, the Galleries of Contemporary Art, and many community organizations.
I think it's fantastic for ENT, a corporate sponsor, to step up like this and take such an active interest in arts in our community.
From a student perspective, the fact that this building is being built is really exciting, and I like to think that it's because this school is valuing of the arts and this community is really valuing of the arts.
These performing spaces are different from other performing spaces that are in town, and this will be a place that has all of these different venues combined.
This building is happening because of the generous support of hundreds of private donors and foundations, the state of Colorado, UCCS students, and ENT Federal Credit Union.
There's going to be a big, beautiful dance studio with a mirrored wall that's full length, and then we'll also have a great view of the mountains. We'll be able to fit a piano in the room so we can have live accompanists for class.
ENT's commitment is especially meaningful. It is one of the largest art sponsorships in Colorado and is a landmark moment for the region.
The new Goka space will have a gallery that's all updated with state-of-the-art exhibition technologies and also a teaching space so we can expand some of our teaching programs to the community.
The ENT Center for the Arts represents the university's entrepreneurial spirit and its commitment to be a leader in the cultural life of the campus and the region. The building features 4 performance venues, including the Osborne Studio, the Chapman Recital Hall, the Dusty Lou Bon Vivant Theater, and a 750-seat theater, as well as offices, rehearsal spaces, and classrooms. The Murray and Betty Ross lobby features extraordinary views of Pikes Peak and sits at the center of a booming commercial district in Colorado Springs.
Hearing sort of the excitement about this building that is specifically designed for the arts and that is specifically designed for us.
The ENT Center for the Arts, an intersection of art and community.
Welcome back here to Colorado Springs UCCS, the Gallagly Event Center, the Lions Den. I'm George Holden along with Jeff King, and right now the UCCS men's team is 1/2 away from going 4-5 on this season. Identical records at Chadron State. This has, Jeff, been a pretty evenly matched game right up until the last couple minutes of that first half, where UCCS got a little bit of a wind in their sails, if you will, and they took over, but they need more of the same in the second half.
Absolutely. I think the key here was converting the threes versus Chadron State not hitting the threes.
Right.
My focus would be as Chadron State, I'd shift the focus. I'd take a look at the inside, go off Jackson's lead in the middle, let him drive that paint, maybe a dish, a cutter, something like a ball screen, and then work that foul angle.
Absolutely. And you look at these teams as well. Let's look at UCCS before we get back to second half action. What stands out to me is Elijah Ross. 5 of 5 from the field, but 3 of 3 for three-point land. He had the hot hand. He kind of led the charge, and then guys like Dalton Walker, Justin Smith, they start getting rolling, so he seems to be the spark of the first half.
He does, and it's just been another great team effort. And I will say, if it's working, stick with it.
Yep.
Let's
if
ride
it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's correct.
All right. So we're getting set here for second half action in Colorado Springs. Glad you could join us for Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference basketball. This is NCAA Division II. And the big guy we wondered about, Barnes, he's back in the game. And so here we go. We're set. Inbounded by Chadron State, beginning of the second half.
That's a nice
Jackson
jumper right there,
hits
yeah.
it. A floating jumper.
Yeah, and that's what Chadron needs right there when they start.
Yep. They needed to get a big bucket, and
Yep.
they did.
Yep.
But you got to come out. You wonder a lot of times with both teams what was said in the locker room at halftime.
Yeah.
But the old adage holds true: focus and finish.
Focus and
you gotta
finish.
Focus,
Huge.
be where you are.
I think that's our theme tonight, isn't it, George?
It is.
Yeah.
It is. We got to come up with another one tomorrow night. With
We
Regis.
will.
But
But
focus
so
and finish
applicable
tonight.
here.
It worked
No
for the
doubt about
ladies
it.
team.
Yep.
Jackson through the legs, back out, and that's Ruffin. Back up top to Jackson. Action Jackson. He's really fluid with the ball.
Very much so. He's got some good handles there, doesn't he?
Yep. And then the clamps started to come down there.
Yeah. And Chadron pushing the issue here a little bit now, knowing
Yep.
that they were behind at halftime.
Yep.
Go to their leader. That's exactly what he's doing here. Another opportunity to put up 2 points here.
Yep. That's the attitude. You look at a guy like Jonathan Barnes. He looks like he could be a tight end in the NFL, doesn't he?
No question about it.
I mean,
yeah.
Wow.
He's a good-sized kid right there.
He's a big kid.
He is a force to be reckoned with, no doubt.
Yep. He is D'ing up on, I want to say it's Michael Johnson there.
Yeah, and I like Johnson too. That's another good-sized player right there.
Ross tries to steal. Jackson struggling.
Oh, yeah.
And the travel.
It's one too many.
Yep. Good defense there. Oh, you know one thing I've noticed I like about Ross? He plays well in all phases of the game.
Oh, no question about it.
He grabbed a board down here earlier, and he's outmatched by size and just goes up and gets it.
And what I'm seeing from him is his awareness. His eyes are everywhere, right?
Yep.
He's picking everything up. He's seeing what's open. He's passing it around. He's selfless.
Yep.
But when he sees it, he takes it.
Yep, takes advantage. Ross inside, and we're just talking about it.
Wow.
And Ross must have heard us talking because he was rotating through, knifing his way through, gets the ball, drives hard, finishes strong, and now he gets a chance for a three-point play.
Absolutely. Goodness, he's fun to watch, isn't he?
Yep. He's Ross. He plays like a boss.
Ross boss, no doubt.
You know? So by the time this season's over, we'll have nicknames for all these guys.
Yeah.
That's part of the goal. It's part of the
No
fun.
relation to Bobby Ross, though.
No Bobby Ross. The San Diego. You say that because you're a San Diego Charger fan. I'm sorry, L.A. Chargers.
Yeah, okay.
No, sorry, I didn't mean to rub salt in the wound there.
Ouch.
Hits the free throw. Ross with a big smile on his face. He's playing confident.
Oh, he's playing well.
Jackson.
See some more of that today.
Yep. And Chadron State. That's Ratliff. I'm sorry, Ruffin. Keep wanting to say Ruffin. It's Ruffin. Back up top to Saffin. Jackson.
There's Jackson.
Up inside.
Another strong move.
Had
Nice
the
follow.
shot. Misses. And Smith with the rebound spins and gets the ball. Oh, my gosh.
Tough.
Man, that's rough.
That is. That's tough.
You know, Smith does a great job fighting to get that rebound and then overshoots his guard.
Yeah, you don't want those coming back to bite you.
No. Nope, you got to
Regroup.
maximize your strengths, minimize your weaknesses.
That's right. Regroup now. Go
Here
back
comes
to what
Walker.
worked and what has been working.
Yep, stick with it.
Yep.
And that's Sayaloon. I like saying that name, Sayaloon.
You know, I noticed Cuxhausen is not out there.
Nope.
And it's kind of what we were talking about at halftime, George, in that they abandoned that three-point shooting, the perimeter offense, if you will. 1 for 7 is not cutting it. You got to come up with a different approach, different strategy. I like Jackson taking the lead, like we discussed.
Yep. See
a little more out of Walker. Chadron's right back in this thing.
I agree. You got to find a way to be creative and innovative sometimes.
Saffin,
when things
too.
aren't going your way.
Yeah.
Ross. Oh, man. He almost hit that shot.
He did.
He is fearless inside. Elijah Ross.
Wouldn't
He's
have counted
5'11".
there.
You know?
No, yep. Nice and stationary down low.
Yep.
Good D.
Jackson brings
Held his
the ball
own.
back down for Chadron State. Back to Ruffin. Jackson, he's very involved on the floor at both ends. He's out of Chicago, Illinois. Jackson stop, pop, and off the rim, and rebound Ross.
Okay, look at this
And there
pass.
it
Here
is.
we go.
Yep. Eyes in the back of his head. He
Oh, my
saw
goodness,
that.
yeah.
Ross
Yeah.
outside.
Oh.
Off the back of the rim. And Wang with the steal. Almost. He's got long arms. He's got great reach.
No doubt. He had he had a block or two, I think, the first half. I mean, he was all around it when he was in his playing time. He's maximizing that effort.
Yep. So a couple of Eagle Crest kids. Jason Jackson is from Eagle Crest, and Elijah Ross for UCCS also from Eagle
Wow.
Crest.
There we go.
So, wonder what those guys might have had to say before the game to each other.
Yeah, exactly.
And the bucket by UCCS. Malone. Back down, looking for the big guy. Barnes fighting his way in and almost
Excellent
had the dunk.
effort, yeah.
He's got to be frustrated.
See, look what Chadron State's doing now, just constantly working inside. That's what they have to do to get back in this game.
Yep. And
look at that.
tries to
Kick
force
it out.
his way
Oh,
in.
no, you got to be on the
Loose
same
ball.
page. Yeah.
Sayaloon gets it back. Through the legs. Out to Jackson. Jackson. Got it.
Sweet.
He likes that shot. That's
he loves
his spot.
it. Yep.
Right there. 37-32,
Right.
5-point
But that's
game.
a nice pass by the quarterback.
Yep. Yep.
Ross had the right read. You just got to.
Yep. He's a smart player.
Oh,
you
he
can
is.
tell.
Yeah, he's the QB out there, no doubt, if this was football, right?
Yep.
I mean,
he
he's
does.
something else.
He sees the floor. I was a former quarterback, former point guard, so
recall.
it paid off in basketball because when you had to pass, you could do a lot of different kind of passes, things like that. You see a lot of movement.
Yeah.
And he's really sharp.
Oh, yeah.
It's seeing that. And the first free throw
Okay.
off the back of the rim. And right now, I think Barnes is he's just struggling right now, and he needs to get out of the funk.
You know, maybe a little tired.
There it is. He gets the second one.
Look on the defensive end, though. He's getting his work cut out.
He
for him
is.
down
He's
there.
playing very well.
Yeah, he is. But they're working on him a little bit, leaning on him some down there in the paint.
Wilson is going to check back in, and so is Ed Bjork.
Look at this shot here. There you go.
Got it.
That was pretty.
Sayaloon
That was pretty.
dropping it from downtown.
Yeah, we got ourselves a tight one, as we
Yep.
suspected, right?
Yep, 3-point game. And there's Barnes looking for
Oh.
the shot.
Just came up short.
Yep, spins.
Outlet. There we go.
Here comes
Cuxhausen. Look at this.
Block.
Okay.
Walker to Ross.
Set it up, Ross.
And Ross, he's the trigger man.
Yeah.
Oh, the pass to Walker.
Oh.
Underneath.
Beautiful.
What a feed.
Beautiful pass.
Sometimes when you see guys play like that, Jeff,
Uh-huh.
that's stuff you don't coach.
No.
That's
instinct.
just ability.
It's ability and instinct. I mean, it's a lot of playing hours, and guess what? He's got the feel.
Yep, he does. He's got this finger on the pulse of this offense.
He really
also
does.
plays really good at the defensive end.
Agreed.
Grabs boards, blocks shots.
Yep.
And, he's 5'11". He's playing against guys 6'5", 6'7". He's not intimidated at all.
Not at all.
Boy.
Fearless.
So timeout on the floor. 15-30. It's a 3-point ball game right now. Chadron State making the trip from Nebraska. And speaking of Chadron State, a little bit of history. Used to be a wide receiver that played in the NFL named Don Beebe.
Oh, yeah?
That
Sure.
played at Chadron State.
Absolutely.
Went on to play with 4 Super Bowls with the Bills. Couldn't get it done, but then he went to Green Bay and he got himself a ring before it was all done.
That was amazing. He was an impressive ball player, wasn't he?
Yep, he was.
Fantastic.
Very impressive. Quick,
Yeah.
fast, good hands, smart.
And you know what I see with BB, and it translates over to this basketball squad at Chadron? Disciplined, well coached.
Yes.
Like Houston Reed there.
Yep.
Well coached.
Yep. Speaking of that, Houston Reed, the head coach for Chadron State for the Eagles. His assistants are James Healy and one Jalen Little. Jalen Little used to play for Sierra High School. He originally started here at Palmer High School in the Springs, transferred to Sierra, and came up about a bucket short of winning a state championship thanks to Justin Smith and his Lewis Palmer brunch. They robbed him of a state championship.
Nice. That's
So,
right.
tell
I think
you.
that was 44-43 or something like that.
Well, sometimes you wonder when these guys face each other at the college level,
Yeah.
when they sit and think, man, I was like 2 points away from a ring.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
You
you
know?
know it. You know it. Yeah.
Walker?
Smith came back from Idaho State, gave that
Yep, gave that a run.
Gave that a run.
Yep. Having options is always good.
Oh, yes.
Walker? He's got a great touch for a big guy.
Yes, he does.
Follows through on his shot.
Real fluid.
Yep. And here we go down the other end of the floor. Chadron State, 5-point game. Trying to stay in it. No team is able to just really run away with the game. It's been pretty close all night. Somebody has to look to finish off. Closing in on 15
Got to
minutes.
watch throwing that arm out there.
Oh, a stuff. Wang. He did that earlier in the first half at the other end of the floor.
And he's got to watch throwing that arm out there, too, to try to clear out some space.
Yep.
That was good defense.
Here we go. Sayaloon will inbound. Reader
There it is.
underneath. The shot.
That's a beautiful.
Off the glass.
That's a nice kiss off the glass, wasn't
That
it?
was pretty.
Yeah.
And he's done that before.
Yep.
3-point game.
Is that Reader?
That was Reader.
Yeah.
Walker on the left elbow feeds inside. Looking for help.
Look at that with
one hand.
Hey,
Oh!
with authority,
Yeah.
huh? Yeah.
Headboard
Confidence.
authority.
There
Just
we
a
go.
little bit of a Abdul-Jabbar skyhook
that was
there.
nice. That was nice.
That's kind of bringing it back.
Oh, my goodness.
70s and 80s.
You know it.
That guy played a long time in the NBA.
You know it.
Was it 19 or 20 years? It's 20 years.
I think it's 20.
I think it was 20 years. One of the best ever.
Hey, nice defense here by UCCS.
Yep.
You know, Coach has done a great job here matching these guys up.
Yep.
Got the right mix and match going on, and it's frustrating Chadron still. I mean, they're getting close, but
the best way as a coach, I think, is a lot of times in a sport to take the mental, emotional advantage in a game is to know that you're frustrating the opponent and you're taking them out of what they want to do
That's
and
right.
forcing them into what you're doing.
That's right. That's
Because
right.
when you're able to do that, you're able to seize the moment, and then from there on out, it's up to your players to go out and finish.
That's right.
Yep. Must have been a technical there.
Yeah.
Yep. Walker, that's a good choice.
Yeah.
There
And
it is. Fluid from the line. Dalton Walker.
Love his effort tonight.
Yep. 6'7" junior. Out of Windsor.
Yes.
He was a Windsor Wizard.
Yeah.
The Windsor Wizards. They won the state football championship a few years ago.
Nice. Did not know that.
Yep. They won it, I think it was 3 years ago. Most of the time, the last several years, Pine Creek's dominated 4A, but Windsor got in and took one there.
Oh, yeah.
The quick pass outside.
Look at this.
Walker off the
Oh.
rib.
Ooh.
And Jeff Culver says, hey, that's our ball.
Sure looked like it to me.
Yep. But, you know, that's why we're in the booth. And
that's right.
Not on the floor, right?
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. That's a tough job.
Very tough.
Having to officiate. Jackson holds
you know,
on.
Savalone's active out there, too. He's popping around.
Yep. But Jackson.
Oh,
errant pass. It's back court.
Yeah, that's the second time in the last couple minutes that they haven't been on the same page.
And now the UCCS bench, those guys are getting up, cheering on their teammates.
Yep.
Wang. So here we go. Walker will inbound.
Looks like Jackson's out for a moment.
Yep. Wilson checks back in for the Mountain Lions. Back to Walker. Walker in and out.
Wow.
Look good going up. Chadron State, they're staying within striking distance in this game. They need some big buckets to steal the momentum. Sialou, nothing there. Reader. The big guy.
Yep.
He's going to drive inside and switches up.
It's a smart play.
The right to left hand.
Yeah, great job by number 30.
Nice effort by Reader.
Oh.
44-39. Oh, man. Another foul goes against UCCS. That's number 25. That's going to go against Bork, the sophomore. And number 11 checks out. That's Jeff Kelly at a Regis Jesuit. Now, they've had some powerhouse programs up in Denver over the years.
Wang's back out on the court.
Yep.
He'll bring a little spark here to this D. I like his activity out there too. He's
inside. Actually, top of the key.
Covering Mills tightly.
Yep.
Get some help there. Good job.
Wang is an aggressive
yeah,
defender.
I like that.
Gets the ball.
There
He's
we go.
Pushing down the floor, looking for an opportunity.
And
there it is. Hits the shot and gets a chance for a three-point play. Wilson.
What a catalyst for Wang is. He made that happen.
Yeah, he did. And you know, he's a tall, lanky guy.
He is.
Doesn't have a lot of like beef, but you can tell he's wiry and scrappy.
Well, and he's fast.
He's not afraid to mix it up. No, he's not. Not afraid to mix it up.
Not at all.
And Wilson, he's going to try to cash this in right here.
Yep.
Oh,
just off.
Gets a bad roll.
All right.
Here comes Chadron. UCCS. It seems like they're a breath away from just pulling away in this game.
Yeah, we're that close.
Oh, and Wilson wanted that steal. Long range three.
Wow.
Sialou. Kaboom from downtown.
There.
Wow.
That was big.
That was that's a money shot. Got to keep your team in it. Wilson. Malone. Jumper. Oh, and saved.
Oh, nice save there.
And, man.
What a fantastic save there.
Man,
by
long
Jammerman.
Reach. Long off the rim. Malone with the board. Brings it down the floor. And inside to McDonald. Spins. Shot was off. That was all back.
Yeah, that was,
Sialou trying to gain control here. UCCS is playing pretty smothering defense. They're going to have to for the remainder of this one. McDonald gets the board. And here comes Wilson. Ross is out right now. Wilson filling in nicely.
Oh,
goes up the shot.
Oh.
And Walker right to the tip. Here comes Chadron.
Jammerman.
Good defense by Malone. He wasn't going to let him get around.
No.
And Ruffin to Jammerman. Whistle.
Yeah, that's a reach right there.
Yep. 4-point game.
Jammerman kind of ignited the Chadron State team as well. A nice save here. Down to their end, convert. Then he's right back here pushing the charge again. How was that, Savron? Is that his name?
Sialou.
Sialou. I like his play too.
He is. Hit some big shots.
Yep.
Again, another guy that's not a big guy on the court, but plays a lot bigger than he is.
Oh, always active, always moving, looking for the opening.
Yep. Right now, UCCS, 11 minutes and 15 seconds. That's still a long time. But they could go 4-5 with the win here tonight, and they'd be really feeling good about themselves heading in against Regis here tomorrow night.
Oh, yeah.
George Holden along with Jeff King. Glad you're on board with us tonight here in Colorado Springs at the University of Colorado at Colorado Springs for some college basketball. In case you haven't heard, we did a doubleheader tonight. We did the earlier game.
Yeah. Great game.
The UCCS Lady Lions, they get their first win of the season. Congratulations, big time to them. That should have a big impact on them tomorrow night as well.
Yeah.
Now Ross is back in, and so is Barnes.
Okay.
So here we go. Jeff Culver's going to go with what works. Jackson will inbound for Chadron. To the big guy, Johnson. He's been a force in the paint, too. Back up top to Reeder. Good matchup with Jackson and Ross. And Ross with the steal. Goes up. Oh!
Jammerman with the block.
Jammer with the block. Just swatted it out of there. Jackson to the other end of the floor.
Oh.
Misses.
Nothing happening.
Justin Smith. Ross.
Got to convert.
And those
oh!
Man. Looking for the finish. Malone. Smith. Back out top to Ross.
Wow.
And Barnes, I feel bad for him. He's got a couple of dunks that were right there. Smith trying to work his way in. Ross. Inside.
Oh, that's pretty.
Oh. Shot
Popped
doesn't
out.
fall. Jackson. Yep, gets it back.
Oh.
Johnson. And Ross. Jump ball. Johnson, another big guy, too.
Oh, no question about it.
6'6", 240. He gets running full steam down court.
Yeah.
Wow. Only the strong survive, right?
That's correct. Only the strong.
Here comes Ross. Closing in on 10 minutes left in this game. Underneath to Wang. Looking for the angle. Got it! Great movement underneath. Great body movement by Wang. And he finds a way and finishes it off and gets the bucket. Reeder. It's a 6-point ball game. Mountain Lions need to get that 10, 12, 14-point lead and run away with it. Reeder back outside. And the foul. Wow.
Yeah.
So Reeder checks out, and Ruffin checks back in. So does Sialou. They're going to need him down the stretch.
No doubt.
Like you said earlier, he's always looking for opportunities, and he cashes in.
Active out there. Always moving.
Long range three.
This kid's logging in some good minutes right here. Unfortunately missed there, but I like his play too.
Yep. Malone. Smith. Back out to Wang. Through the legs. Resets.
There you go.
Ross.
There's
looking
Wang.
to set somebody up. Oh.
There's Wang it. Just out. Just out. Whoa.
Good footwork.
Yeah. Oh.
Down to Johnson. Johnson on Barnes.
His
Johnson
specialty
up and
right
over.
there. Yep.
Under 9 minutes to play. Ross, very patient. Sialou all over Malone. Inside,
There it is.
Smith. He got what he wanted, and they're wrestling for it underneath. Johnson's got it.
They had the
Gets it.
mismatch.
Yep. You look at Johnson, he was fighting for all his worth down there.
Oh, you know it.
Jackson. They're slowing it down a little bit. Good job by Ross.
Oh.
The running shot
Oh.
and a foul.
He's playing hard. Hard minutes, not a lot going down for him, but
The 3 players getting
Chadron
ready
is
to
looking
check
good.
in for UCCS. Smith checks out. So does Wang and Barnes. Wilson goes in. And Ross comes out. Oh, there it is. Jeff Kelly. Malone. And there's Wilson. Got it!
Oh, wow.
Bobs
Great
away, and
shot.
Wilson drained it.
Wow.
Big time.
That was
a big shot
Oh, yeah.
for UCCS. Nicely done. Timeout on the floor. 7:50 remaining in this game. It's a 1-point contest, and the Mountain Lions are hanging on right now, Jeff. But hanging on is, when it comes down the stretch, it's not about hanging on. It's about finishing strong.
Absolutely.
And finding a way to put your opponent
Yeah,
away.
yeah, exactly. Chadron State made the adjustment, as we talked about at halftime. They have gone to the paint. They have been more physical and aggressive within that lane, down in the key, I should say. And bottom line is, we've got ourselves a, 7-point game?
Yep.
But nice work down here by UCCS. Not to take anything away from their defense. They're sticking to what's been working. First half, it carried them through. They haven't let up yet.
No.
When you bring in a Wang that inspires and gets things going, you bring in a Ross, and Elijah Ross after he takes a little breather. Tell you what, they're not missing much here. They're working as a good team at a good team effort, and they're seeing the fruits of their labor. They're succeeding.
Yep.
But you're right. Can we close it out?
Yep, you got to
That's the
find
key,
a way
right?
to finish strong. UCCS, UCCS.
Yes.
Getting a tongue twister going here. Not too far away. They're right there, knocking on the door.
And then all of a sudden, you're both at 1 and 2 in the conference. You've got the head-to-head
Yes.
as you beat them head-to-head, right?
Yep, it matters.
So any tiebreaker, anything matters? Absolutely matters. So
It all matters
UCCS
down the stretch.
Yeah. Here we go.
The Mountain Lions trying to claw and scrap their way to a win here tonight over Chadron State. Getting ready to inbound, Jeremy Ruffin, the junior forward. To Jackson. Brings it up the floor. Jackson inside.
Some nice
Here we
defense
come.
right there.
Good defense. And Malone brings it down. The 3 off the rim.
Way
Follows
to
his
follow
shot, but can't finish. It was there. Great follow.
Yeah.
They tried to go
Way
off
to
the
follow the
glass
shot.
and bank it. Johnson working his way in, using that big body. He gets
That's what
it.
he likes to do. That's
Yep.
what he's good at.
He forces his way in.
Yeah, it's hard to get him out of the way. There's no way.
He's a guy that doesn't knock on the door. He kicks the door down.
It's kicking it down. That's right.
Outside. Walker got it.
Wow.
Been there, done that. Walker with the big shot for the Mountain Lions. Jackson back down the floor. Under 7 minutes. Glad you could join us. It's been a fun night here. Rapidly moving night with both games. Back out to Ruffin. Ruffin's going to force it. Inside, he gets it.
Oh, man.
Nice shot.
He's got some nice energy there, too, doesn't he? Got a little hops going.
He does. A little spark.
Found that opening. Took it to the rack.
Malone to Walker. Inside.
Oh,
Tipped
I lost
by
that.
Jackson out of bounds. And Ed Bork. He's only a sophomore. Another timeout.
Yeah.
On the floor. UCCS. They keep hanging around in this game. And just when you think Chadron State is going to crawl up and match up, UCCS comes back, fires a shot, and takes the lead again.
Absolutely.
It's one of those things where you have to find a way to put your opponent away. When you get a guy, the analogy is you get a guy in the ropes, finish him, put him away.
That's right.
UCCS is looking to do that. Total team effort. But Chadron State, they won't go quietly.
No way.
They're going to push this. Both these teams with mirror records, 3 and 5. But the big key is that UCCS has not won a conference game yet. This could be game one tonight to win a conference game.
It's be a nice
they
turning.
Need that.
Be a nice turning point right here.
And Barnes, you got to feel for the guy. He's had some alley-oops, some opportunities, some dunks, power plays underneath, and
he
just
has.
can't close it. So
same with Malone.
Malone, yep.
You know, just something's just off a little for those guys tonight, but you know what? Very successful, good ball players, and we'll see what they got in the tank.
Effort.
That's right. We'll see what they got in the tank here, because you know what? I wouldn't dismiss them down the stretch.
No. And, you know, that's what playing basketball's about.
That's right.
Sometimes you got a guy or two, they're off that night. Someone else has to pick their game up.
Absolutely.
That's what they've done.
Yep. Just like Wilson has with Ross when the Ross is getting the spell.
He's a great number two guy.
Got some good good handles out here too.
Malone. And we're going to see those guys coming back soon, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Dalton Walker.
Nice game tonight.
Whoa. It was right there.
Yeah. It's like Wang.
Here comes Wang. He's fun to watch.
I like him.
He's an opportunist.
Definitely. Well said. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
What?
Jeff Culver lobbying with the referee. Wang goes in, Wilson out. It's Ruffin at the line. Got it. Chadron State, the Eagles, they just won't go away.
What a game, huh?
Great. It's a competitive game. Very competitive. Both teams making plays. Yeah. Here comes Walker to Malone. Malone will bring it up. Get a little fancy with the dribbling. Yeah. Out in the right wing. It's Wang. Inside to Malone. And a foul.
Yep.
And Barnes. I'll tell you, just from the looks of it, Barnes looks like a D1 kid.
Yeah,
with
no
his
question
size.
about it. Yeah.
UCCS
Solid.
back around. Wang feeds inside to Barnes.
Post up, come on now.
Yep. And he stepped out of bounds. Had his heel on the baseline, and Jeff Culver is debating that.
I like the way Barnes sets up, though. Establishes his position well down low.
Yep. Looking for the advantage.
Yeah, absolutely.
Body position down there.
And most times taking advantage, too, of the Chadron State team.
Here we go. It's a 3-point game. In case you just joined us, it's been like this all night. Both these teams want to go 4 and 5, and here comes Ross. He's the spark plug for UCCS.
Yep, there we go. Cleared up. You got. Here you go.
Walker.
Oh.
Off the back of the rib. Wang with the rebound.
Right place, right time.
Back to Malone. And Malone. Dishes off to Wang. Walker. With Barnes again, squaring up with the big guy. But bang, moves.
Oh, yeah.
But he gets the foul.
It was a good move. He goes up confidently.
He's had a couple of shots like that underneath that are right there. And
Yes.
just can't get him to fall.
Nope.
But he has a chance to capitalize and hit free throws. Reeder checks back in, number 30. And number 5, Johnson for Chadron State. Ruffin comes out. And Elijah Ross back for UCCS. Talented player, played at Eagle Crest High School. Great program. There's Barnes. Got it.
Nice.
So you get that opportunity when you when you miss the shot and you go to the line, that's almost like a do-over
Yeah,
when you really
exactly.
think about it.
Exactly. At the charity stripe, you got to make a count here. I mean, as you've mentioned, and we've mentioned many times tonight, it's a close contest. Everything's going to count here.
This is how you win games.
That's it. This is how you win it.
Out. Johnson with the board.
Yeah.
This is how you win or lose games at the line.
And now Johnson back in. You know what they're going to do. Work down low.
Yep.
Get it into the big fella there.
Out to Sayalou. Good defense by Ross. He's all over it.
Yeah.
Nothing there. Closes the door. Jackson looks to get inside.
Watch that.
Back outside. Jumper.
Jammerman.
Got it.
Wow.
Jammerman. Good shot.
Yeah.
A hovering jumper. And Wilson, that was a short-lived stay on the bench. He'll go back in.
Absolutely.
This is where a guy like Ross comes up with a big play.
Got to have it.
This point of the game. Oh.
It's all right. It's all right.
And
let's get some movement.
Malone. Off the rim.
Oh, good. Wait a. Oh, yeah. You know what? I like number 10's energy, man. He's following these shots, whether it's his or not. He's taking care of business. He's keeping UCCS ahead right now with that type of play.
He's got a lot of hustle.
He sure
does. A lot
does.
of heart.
Yeah. And again, Malone just short on the stroke there, right? I mean, just barely off.
Timeout on the floor. We'll take a quick timeout as well. Right now, stay with us, folks. 3:36 left in the game. UCCS on the verge of a win if they can hold on with a 2-point lead on Chadron State. I'm George Holden along with Jeff King. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
All right, cool.
The mountain lion can travel up to 370 miles. Located primarily in North America, these majestic creatures can traverse a large variety of terrain. There are, of course, some natural barriers.
George Holden and Jeff King. UCCS at the line, and Wang misses the last push in this game. 3.5 minutes. This is where it counts. 2-point game. This is a question of who wants it more. Sayaloon outside, got it! And that's a dagger shot by Sayaloon. And they take the lead.
That was fearless shot right there.
Yep. Fadeaway three-pointer. Ross?
Was that similar to Don Beebe in his catches? Fearless?
I don't,
or how about Danny Woodhead?
Fearless, yeah.
How about Danny
I
Woodhead
just don't know
at
if
Chadron
Don
State?
Beebe can play basketball. But, but I'd say fearless, yes, you're correct. Wait.
Danny Woodhead can play basketball.
Another Chadron State guy.
And
I knew you were going to do that.
Charger.
Barnes underneath.
Oh.
He's got it.
Great
Barnes.
job. Great job.
He kept chopping away and finally spins around with the left hand off the glass. This one's going to go down to the wire. That's obvious. If you like competitive close games, you pick the right one tonight. Sayaloon. This kid can pull the trigger from anywhere. Good defense by Wilson. Another long-range three, and it skips the rim. And it's UCCS ball. Mountain line ball. Dalton Walker will inbound.
Kelly, good body position on that.
Oh, yeah. And this one's going to be a furious finish, that's for sure. Malone. It's going to be about ball control and possession and not making mental mistakes. Malone.
Woo.
The bounce.
Oh.
The follow, the trailer there.
Way to crash.
Man. And here comes Jackson. He's
Good
pushing
job by
hard.
Wang, but
Sayaloon.
Oh, my
A three.
goodness.
Man.
That was huge.
This guy's hot. UCCS needs an answer.
Yeah, I think they found the right three-point shooter.
Yep. Inside. Looking for Barnes. He got the foul.
Yep. Way to go up strong.
And he can tie it right here. How many times do we have to preach free throws?
Exactly.
This is where it matters.
This
is where you earn your money, right here.
Got that right, George.
And the big guy will go to the line. Try to knock this game up.
Yeah, UCCS needs his shooting right here. Wang was a little off last time, missed one, but sink a couple here, we got ourselves a new ball game.
There it is, first one.
Nice touch.
Checking in, Jeff Kelly, the sophomore for UCCS, the Mountain Lions.
I like Kelly around the paint too.
I do.
A nice touch at 15-footers, right in that zone.
Got it.
Oh, that's pretty.
That's
pretty, and that's clutch.
It's exactly right. That's a clutch job at the line. Going to be about who makes the least mental mistakes down the stretch here. Jackson. And he's back to Jackson. Guarded by Wang. Shot. Jackson in. Out. Oh. Great effort by Jeff Kelly.
Yeah, Kelly.
He went airborne for that ball.
And Jackson
came crashing down hard.
Yeah, Jackson's only resort was to grab like he just did.
Yep.
He knew he'd be out-leapt on that easily, but that's what you have to do. I mean, you got to try to stop at some point. Otherwise, that'd be a quick bucket for UCCS right there.
Absolutely.
Transition-wise, right?
Well, here we go, free throws again. You know, I can't even tell you how many state high school basketball championships I've called where it's come down to free throws.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this is it.
Yeah, big time.
And you got to act like you've been there before.
Well, he's an excellent free throw shooter.
Yep. High percentage.
89%.
Wow. Jamal Wilkes of the Lakers. Remember him with that style he had from the line? But he was really effective.
Yeah, definitely.
Basically, when you look at the line, Jeff, when you shoot free throws, it's about your own style, what you're comfortable with.
Sure is.
And if it works.
That's right.
Even if it is Rick Barry with the underhanded granny style shot.
There you go.
He went to the Hall of Fame.
Yes,
so
he did.
He lives here in Colorado Springs. He's a resident.
That's right.
Great job at the line. Jeff Kelly. He capitalizes. UCCS back out in front by 2. So another timeout on the floor. 1-11. So, Jeff, if you're the coach for a minute for UCCS and Chadron State brings the ball down the floor, if you're on the defensive side, you say, watch out for number 10. Yeah, he's a pretty good shooter.
Savaloon.
So let's make sure to get a hand in his face and make sure we cause him a little bit of grief.
You want to challenge him.
Yeah.
You want to come out. You want to bring that defense out to the perimeter. But if I'm Chadron State, I recognize that UCCS we've expanded the floor on UCCS. So guess what that leaves? It leaves it open down low. Now all of a sudden there's a lane. So watch for Jackson. Maybe even Johnson.
So here we go.
Savalou pulls up and just hits a feeder right down to Johnson. That might work for him.
Sayaloon, 5'8". 5'8". A great shooter.
Spark plug. No doubt about it. Spark plug. Got right man with the ball right now for Chadron State.
Back to Jackson. Looking to get it. Oh,
hey,
blocked. And Barnes had it and rebounded by Kelly.
There it is, Jeff Kelly again.
Big rebound.
Coming up big down the stretch.
Boy.
Isn't he?
Free throws, a big rebound. So I think the Mountain Lions, they're smiling in the huddle, they're excited.
Oh, absolutely.
They know, hey, all we got to do is play smart basketball. Don't turn the ball over. Don't foul if we don't have to. if they get another bucket, that's really going to put the heat on Chadron State.
No doubt about it.
They need another bucket, get that 4-point, even a 5-point lead. That really starts putting the heat on and making it tough on Chadron State.
I don't know if we should be talking turnovers. I don't want to jinx it. these guys have looked great tonight, and they've really cut down on turnovers.
And I think right now, if you think about it, Jeff, when you go back down the floor with Barnes after hitting that last big shot.
Yeah.
If I'm Ross and those guys, I'm looking to feed into him inside. If he gets fouled, he's a pretty good free throw shooter.
Absolutely.
You got to start strong and finish strong.
And you can't go wrong with Jeff Kelly. Watch him down low.
Nope.
Simply peeling off, looking for the open.
Or with Ross having a knife back door. He's extremely quick off the dribble.
And I can't compliment Walker enough tonight either.
Oh,
That guy has just been stroking it.
Malone.
So let's get the right matchups now.
Man. That was tough.
Yeah. Coming into the game, number 4, Ruffin, was one of their best rebounders. Very active down there, got long reach.
Got it. Another free throw. We've seen the Mountain Lion men's team down the stretch here be very effective at the line.
Most critical right now. Most critical.
This is when you got to make them.
Yep.
3-point lead.
There's Ruffin with the board.
Yep.
Jackson.
And Sayaloon's still in there.
Yeah, I think that's smart. Keep him in there. Draw that defense out.
Jackson is
quick.
looking to get the ball. On the steal!
Wow,
Jeff
there we go.
Kelly! Ross! Malone!
Oh!
Woo! Great feed on that.
Well, Malone might not have found it tonight as much as I was expecting, but that was clutch. I
want to say, I think that was the dagger in the heart right there.
Talk about making it count right there.
Great ball movement.
Excellent job.
Great job grabbing the rebound, getting down the floor, getting the mismatch.
Can't say enough about Kelly.
There it is. The 3-point play. Malone.
Kelly coming up big in tight times right now.
Yep. Sayaloon, he wants to pull the trigger on that 3.
Yeah.
Johnson trying to work on Barnes. Johnson in. Rebound, Wang.
There we go.
Great job by Barnes. Wang. He's just going to try to milk a little clock. Another foul.
Yep.
Elijah Ross. Tell you what, that last rebound by Jeff Kelly and the finish by Malone, I think that was it.
Yeah, that's the daggers you said. No question
You
about
said it earlier. Jeff Kelly, he's played big tonight.
Oh, he's huge. I was waiting, first half, a little bit silent, but doing his part.
He really came alive in the
Absolutely.
second half.
Absolutely.
When he had to.
And he's got a stroke. He's just wonderful inside and out.
So here we go. Ross is going to put some frosting on the cake here, if he can.
Okay.
This is the first one.
All right.
My man jinxed him.
Exactly.
Don't count your eggs before they're hatched, right?
Correct.
It's amazing the sayings you hear growing up, and then you end up throwing them back out, and you hate yourself for it.
Exactly.
Second one.
There we go.
Good. Wilson checks in for Ross.
A little bit of breathing room.
65-58.
Yeah, let it go.
And here comes Ruffin. They got to force it down here.
Well, now that's
Blocking foul on Kelly.
Who's Kelly?
And Ross is he going back in? Looks like he's ready to check back in. Ross doesn't seem to come out a whole lot. And you can notice a difference when he's not in there.
That's true.
You notice the difference.
Big time.
He's got that swagger.
Well, like I said earlier, too, kind of that awareness around the court, QB of the game. You know what I mean?
Yep.
He's that leader. He showed it first half. Taking a couple breaks here in the second half.
Jeff.
Every time he's on the
Barnes,
floor, though, energy level goes up.
it does.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times, depending on the player, there's that one player sometimes that goes back on the floor, and there's a different mindset when you're out there.
Absolutely.
When he or she comes off, things change.
I will say this, though. When he has come off, Wilson and Wang, it's almost like a trade of energy. The energy's the same. Different type of ball player, for sure. But I'll tell you what, dynamic, that's the word I'm looking for. And you know what?
Dynamic.
They haven't lost that.
No.
Regardless of substitution. What I really like is down the stretch here. I've only seen a couple misses on the free throw line. You know, from the charity stripe, they're hitting it pretty well.
But that's at the free throw line. We keep going back to it, but it's as old as basketball itself. The Mountain Lions have done they've done the better job. They've drawn the fouls, and then they capitalize when they get the shots.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
With that last play on that rebound by Kelly, that fast break down the floor with Malone on that three-point play, that's what did it.
And as we talk free throws, too, that was one of those keys of the game to begin with. And we mentioned it. They had to. The UCCS had to hit more consistently at the charity stripe. That's what they're doing right now.
Yep.
I like to see that. That's nice.
And they are 19.3 seconds away from a win.
And so what do? We bring it right back home to our theme of the night. That's it.
Both the Lady Lions did it earlier, and the men's team is on the verge of doing it here. Ross gets the inbound. He's trapping him at the other end. The foul. So this is just a matter of when at this point.
That's true. Very true.
Wilson will check back in. And again, I'll go back to it. I like the fact that UCCS on the men's side, they've got 9 players from the state of Colorado. Good job of staying in state and bringing in some pretty good players.
Absolutely.
Ross.
They're light out there having fun.
Yep.
They're feeling it right now.
They know they're going to feel good going into tomorrow night against Regis.
Yeah, definitely.
There it is.
Regis, by the way, was preseason pick 3rd for the RMAC. So
always a good team.
Always a good team, strong, fundamentally sound. It's going to be a nice challenge for UCCS.
I think so.
Yep.
Here comes Jackson. The jumper rolls off. Rebound. Looks like Barnes had it. Back up top. Long range 3. Got it.
Wow.
Jammerman. But too little, too late. 1 second. Here we go. Wilson is going to add to the lead. As Jeff King is writing furiously on his stat page over here. Wilson gets the second one.
All right. Here we go, gentlemen.
And the long
there we
range
go.
3.
All right.
And that's it. The men's team, the Mountain Lions here at UCCS, they get it done. Have fun, and they get it done 69-63 here in Colorado Springs. I'm George Holden along with Jeff King. You know, this is the first games that we've done here with the Mountain Lions. The girls, the women's team won the first time for the season. The men's team wins. You can't ask for anything better than that. Both teams come out with big wins here tonight.
Absolutely. Both of them look strong. Both gave great team efforts. Defensively, I don't know if I've seen better defense right now. Not at this point in the season. Both these teams, men and women, did the same thing. Got contributions from all parties, which was great. So they can keep, walk around tonight with that head up high, looking really good, and close down a game that typically in the early part of the season didn't. So some wins here.
Able to get it done.
Yeah.
Had a lot of fun here tonight. This is our first time doing a game here. We'll be with you for the remainder of this season. And it's official. The Mountain Lions, men's team and women's team, they win tonight. They both beat Chadron State. They're going to be going for the second leg tomorrow night against Regis.
Correct.
Here right here again at UCCS. And Regis, as you said, they were picked, before the season third for men's. Women's is a decent program.
Yeah.
So both teams are going to enjoy these wins here tonight.
Absolutely.
But as you and I both know as former player and former coach, you enjoy it, but you wake up in the morning, you got to go to work again.
That's right. We're starting over again. Starting right at the beginning, right where it counts. Go right back to what worked tonight, too. Make the adjustments the coaching staff did. For Regis, of course, because you're going to have different players, obviously. But
Right.
you know what? You don't have to really change a lot. That defense is tenacious, and I loved it. It was great tonight for the Mountain Lions.
Yep. And for the Lady Lions, a recap of the first game, they do a pretty good job. They hit some big shots. They played good defense.
Yeah.
You switch over to the men's game. Down the stretch, it was the free throw line that made the difference. It gave the spark that the men's team needed to win, and that's what got it done.
Said it all game. Free throws had to be crucial and critical, and they were. And guess what? Mountain Lions shorted up, did what they needed to do, and they got the W for it.
Yep. Happy here tonight in Mountain Lion Country at the foot of Pikes Peak in Colorado Springs. Both teams win at UCCS. Congratulations to both of them. I'm George Holden. He's Jeff King. And we'll see you guys tomorrow night right here again. 5:30 tip-off for the women's game against Regis. 7:30 for the men's. So for the crew here at UCCS, thank you guys. Great job our first game.
Thank you so much.
Looking forward to some more. For my partner, Jeff King, thank you very much.
George Holden.
Fantastic job.
Great job.
I'm George Holden saying have a fun and safe night. We'll see you tomorrow. Take it easy.